Hey, what's going on, everyone? And welcome to the Mod Talk summary for August 3rd, 2024, courtesy of Tuba. There are a lot of possible changes, and we're going to discuss them all. This is just the Tuba summary. I do remember some other things being talked about. Dragon and Dial posted it in chat, but we'll talk about what Tuba says. We'll see casual stats at the end, see how much you like that. Possible changes. Recruits will be able to be swapped by cursed souls. This is an interesting case. I think it would be more fun. It could also really screw over a faction that already is very weak. Jackal is not very strong at this point. And so the Jackal faction is not strong either. 5 modes to vote instead of 4. That's one that I approve of. That's what I voted on. You know, you had the vote way up here. Just vote. Yeah, I prefer having 5. It's the winning answer. I prefer having 5. And you know, 54 plus 33 is what? 87? So they're questioning a 13%. Probably is 2 subs. I don't know how you question 87%. I think 5 is the right way to go, because that's more options to choose from, especially with other things that they're going to introduce later on, which I have a problem with. Neutral para cap of 1 or 2 per game maximum. That... I also don't know how much I like that, because I like the idea of here's these brand new roles that everyone pretty much enjoys. It just is not, it just is not a part of, it's just not explained well and not taught well. And so rather than educate players properly, we are limiting things. And the answer I already see coming is, well, you can have as many as you want in custom games. Hold on. Do you see this? 0 people in Custom Plus. That is how good Custom Games is, guys. Egotist Monarch change. Egotist Monarch defense will be non-ethereal powerful if they have a knight alive. If the knights die, this will revert back to ethereal. Will be non-ethereal powerful. So they have less defense if they have a knight out, or more. Again, you need to describe ethereal, non-ethereal powerful. I'm going to say they're going to have more defense because it's under powerful, but again, proposed change, Seer to be susceptible to detection immunity. So my understanding of this is how Lookout cannot see Lookout. Lookout now can't see Seer, which is an interesting change. Again, more trying to limit Seer as a role, which is, it's a strong role. Now in BetterTOS2, they also have a strong role in Investigator, but no one wants to talk. And then proposed rework for Vampire by Curtis. This Vampire rework is pretty good. Jump to it. It's a pretty good Vampire rework. So you can attack a player each night no matter what. You can convert up to 3 players. You may attempt to convert a player. Instead of killing your target, they will join the vampire faction, retaining their original role. That handles a lot of beginner vampire problems because they don't know how to continue faking their role. Then you may only convert original town roles. That's also fair too. attributes, you have basic defense as long as you are the only member of the faction alive. I think that's fair too. If you die, there is another member of the vampire. If you die and there's another member of the vampire faction, they will transform into the vampire role. Your vampire will retain your remaining ability trait. It will also be the oldest member of the vampire faction who transforms. Okay. If Nuggy agrees, I agree. I agree with this. I think this fixes a lot of the issues I had with vampire, which is it does not feel good when you lose your role to vampire, because you're pretty useless as vampire unless you're fighting. And this allows the original vampire to last a little longer. Let's jump back to Inquisitor losing if they die the night all heretics. The original proposal was giving Inquisitor invincible defense when even the night they all died, but due to some bug related or some coding related things, that is much more difficult. The proposal that Jack gave was letting Inquisitor win even if they die, if all the heretics die that night. I agree with that. One of Inquisitor's worst traits that I've seen is they get all their heretics and they still die and they still lose. So, this fixes that. There's also a rework for Shroud in the works, but nothing to show. Here's a topic that makes me frustrated. April going away. Duba feels like April's losing its speciality. So here is the benefit of April. Because I've seen April, first off, I've not seen teams in April in forever, which I think should be something that gets thrown in there randomly for fun. Because what April is, it's the fun, chaotic. That's why in my proposal for DB, I called it anything goes. Anything that's in the game goes. Essentially. But I know I just mentioned, first off, I just mentioned nothing about how custom games doesn't work. This is what custom games is currently being used for. Oh, never mind. They just decided not to. April has its place in the fun, haha, let's have fun mode. The problem is that's not a majority of the community. That is staying. A majority of the community is we want something rigid, even though we won't vote for that rigid thing when it comes up, aka Vanilla Town, aka Secret Sorcerers, aka Brain or Bronze. Modes that are more social deduction based, less roll, haha, fun based. So the answer is wild card, which will randomly select out of a rotation list from the pool. So, what my understanding is, wild card, you have no clue what it is, but it is the options that are already votable. So let's say it's Pandora TT, April, Pandora Jackal returns, or instead of April, it's wild card, Wandering Souls, True All In. If you select wild card, then it will choose something else that hasn't been voted on. It's probably how it should be implemented, but with how it says randomly select, that means it just could be anything. So you could vote for wild card, and even though Pandora TT was votable, it could still be Pandora TT. That's what I'm getting at. That's how I'm understanding it. And the anti-preface does not include. And so it is a question for the community of, do you want a fun mode or do you want it to be serious? Then if you choose the latter, you need to be okay with losing the former. Personally, I've seen April get outvoted several times. And I'm okay with that. But I've also seen, and I don't think I've voted for April in quite a while, unless it's something like against Wandering Souls, and I prefer April over Wandering Souls. But there are people who really enjoy April. And there are a lot, I mean, I can pull up, let me pull up I have currently 18 BetterTOS2 videos saved up for when I go back to double uploading. I have 18. A third of them are April games. So that means there are a third of my games are a game mode they want to get rid of. Not because it's not popular, it's the second most popular thing. It'd be different if it was down here. The second most popular thing right now is April. So, the more exciting games are happening in the second most popular game mode that the competitive community, which does not support Town of Salem 2 or BetterTOS2 well at all, wants to get rid of. Because it's too chaotic. The answer to that is the exact same answer that Tuba gave me when I didn't like that I could never get Vanilla Town is, you should vote better. And that's what I'm going to tell the people that don't want April. I don't vote April. If you don't want April, vote something else. But I don't think you need to get rid of April when it very justifiably does not need to be get rid of. That's my take. Speaking of the stats, Pandora TT, April, Pandora JR, Wandering Souls, True All Any, Egotist Townie, even though I never have gotten that yet since Summer of Salem ended. Pop TT, Double VIP, Jackal Returns, The Hunt. Jackal Returns is just the original Pandora Jackal Returns, so that makes sense that it's going down. The Hunt has run its course. It was good. I have a few Hunt games. It's a good game mode. It's what it is. Double VIP, same song and dance. I think, yeah, I got one double VIP game. It's a good game. I've enjoyed double VIP. That's one that can be rotated. I don't think you need to kick April, but it will get kicked out. Anyway, so a lot longer than some of my other mod talk summaries. That is all for me. I hope you enjoy. There's going to be some more newsy videos coming out this week because there's some things that happened over the weekend that I was too busy to cover. I'm going to be live streaming today. Probably a little bit after this video comes out. We're looking at content creators of Town of Salem 2, trying to get stock of the space and what's going on there. So that's all for me. I hope you enjoy. We'll catch you hopefully next week for another mod talk and maybe some of the actual changes that Tuba talked about.